Hey guys, it's Kevin, and there's going to be another movie review for you guys. Now, this movie I'm going to be reviewing, I was very interested in this movie. It was supposed to come out in February. It came out in February in I believe Britain and like English countries, like like in Europe and things like that. But I mean the UK, not England, like the UK, things like that. But I don't think it actually came out for the US till now, or was leaked online. I'm not really sure. But that movie I'm going to be reviewing is Shaun the Sheep. Shaun the Sheep. I was very interested in this movie for a couple of reasons. First of all, I remember way back when I was like really little, say like 6 or 7. I used to watch, like, Playhouse Disney. This was back when I was watch like Playhouse Disney and things like that. I was starting to watch the Disney Channel, but yes, I still watch those kind of things when I was 6. I was weird. Okay, I was weird. But I remember that Shaun the Sheep would come on at like 12 o'clock, and that'd be the time when the Disney Channel shows would start. And I never actually got the show, probably because I didn't find it, funny, because I didn't really know humor back then, because I was like 6 or 7. But if I remember correctly, all I remembered was the theme song. That's all I remembered, and I didn't really ever watch the episodes. I want to go back and do that, and so I was very interested in this movie, and I have to say, I loved the hell out of this movie. This movie was probably the best anime movie of the year so far. Honestly, it's gonna be very hard to see what this comes in competition of, because this movie was amazing. I loved it, and I'm gonna talk about a few reasons why I love this movie as much, and I'll get to that. But first, let's get to the plot of this movie, which, the plot of this movie, honestly, is pretty fucking awesome, I have to say. By the way, if you guys don't know the story of Shaun the Sheep, because you might not, one of the things I definitely knew about this movie was that it was made by Aardman Entertainment. They make things like Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run, and a lot of those really good British anime movies that are, DreamWorks does, they do that. And I don't think DreamWorks had anything to do with this movie, which I think was kind of interesting, actually. But Shaun the Sheep is this highly intelligent sheep he's more intelligent than your regular sheep, and a lot of times he and the flock go into all these, like, plans and everything. Well, basically, they want to go into the big city because the farmer is actually diagnosed with amnesia after he has this, like, bowling ball or something fall on his head, and he forgets pretty much everything, including shearing the sheep, which basically, at the same time, Shaun is actually captured by animal control and finds himself in a cell with Bitzer, the dog, and they later escape and find the farmer, but the farmer's now a world-famous hairstylist, who shaved the hair off a famous celebrity as if he was Shaun, and for starting this, he no longer recognizes Shaun, and Shaun's left heartbroken after the encounter. So basically, the flock devises a plan that they will send everyone to sleep, then abduct the farmer and take him back to the countryside, and basically have to come up with this rescue plan and rescue the farmer and basically get the farmer back to their farm, basically. And that's basically the plot of the Shaun the Sheep movie. And I have to say, it's a really awesome plot. Definitely something I was looking forward to. But there were a lot of things I really did not know about this movie that I was very happy about. Now, first of all, let's get to the voice cast here, which the voice cast here makes this movie, because I'm going to say right now, there's no screenplay to this movie. I can't talk about a screenplay. I can't review a screenplay. There is not one bit of dialogue in this movie. There's very muffled words that the farmer says, but there's no dialogue throughout this whole movie. It's a very interesting choice that they decided to go with, and you may think, well, how can you really do a movie with no dialogue? But then you think back at, like, movies years ago that had silent films. That's really what I was thinking of. People like Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton. This movie actually pays a lot of homage to that, and that has to do with the voice casting. Justin Fletcher as Shaun is such a funny character. I love his character. I think he did a great job in this movie. And John Sparks as Bitzer and the farmer was also great. But the thing I love about these characters is that I can't really talk about them individually, because here's the thing. They really are very, like, slapstick kind of humor, but it works because it's just funny. It is. It's funny in the moment. It's funny to watch these animals do these things that animals normally wouldn't do, and it's such an interesting concept and such a funny concept, and they really handled it very well. It wasn't stupid. It wasn't just for kids. In fact, there are things I don't think kids will understand about this movie. I don't think they will. I think kids, honestly, they're gonna love this movie, but I don't honestly think there are things that kids would not understand, and that's great that I can say that, because that's something I definitely love, and something I look for in anime movies. And yes, this is definitely better than the SpongeBob movie, and the reason is because it kept me extremely engaged throughout without even having one bit of dialogue, and I think the reason is because of the plot and the way the plot is handled, and that's definitely something else I really loved. Also, the movie really shows the connection with their owner very well. There's a great scene in the beginning where you see the owner taking all these, the farmer taking all these pictures of the animals, and it honestly provides some really good emotion that I really wasn't expecting the movie to have, but I was very happy about it. I was happy that the movie had as much emotion as it did, because it really needed that. I thought that was really good, definitely. But like I said, the movie pays a lot of homage, and that is because of the directing by Richard Starzak and Mark Burton. Now, I don't know if these are the same creators of the show, but they did a very good job directing this movie because they just had fun with it, honestly. This movie put a smile on my face instantly. I loved it the second it came on, and it kept me hooked the entire time. There was never one time where, like, this is boring, I don't like this. The movie's relatively short as well, so I think kids will definitely enjoy it because of that, because of how short it is, which I thought was awesome, which the editing here is great as well. Definitely something I want to talk about is the editing. It was great. And the writing, of course, I can't really talk about a screenplay, but the writing was good because the story was engaging, and the things that happened to the characters were engaging. There are some truly hilarious moments in this movie that I don't want to spoil because I want you guys to see it, and just seeing these animals band together and get this plan to help out the farmer, it's honestly very funny to watch, and the things they encounter is great. And honestly, the last fight at the end of the movie, that was truly epic, I have to say. There are some very tense scenes towards the end of this movie that I was not expecting, and I love that. I was not expecting the tense violence in this movie. And as I said, this movie definitely has a lot of homages to silent films. And in fact, there's even a chase scene that plays music you would hear in silent films. And I was like, that is awesome right there because, again, it's just paying homage to these silent films, and I love that they did that. The animation here is perfect. It's all claymation. It's all that's something I love about Arm is that they always go with claymation. It's beautiful animation. It really looks so real. It looks like what typical sheep would look like. They don't try to, make it different or anything, which is something I definitely enjoy, that they didn't try to make it just like cartoonish sheep. It doesn't look like cartoonish sheep. It looks like regular sheep you'd see, just really intelligent and thinking like humans, which is definitely something I think is very funny about the movie. So look at these animals and you don't see them as animals. You see them as these human beings, and they're very funny to see. In fact, the farmer is probably dumber than them. Definitely something I love seeing. And just another thing I love about this movie is just how engaging it was. I mean, just from the beginning where you see the farmer and the sheep and the flocks like morning routines, it's great to watch because you know what kind of movie you're getting into. You know there's not going to be dialogue. Also, the score was great. I hope someone released the soundtrack because the songs in this movie are truly great. I think every song worked perfectly, and also extremely catchy theme song, I have to say. The theme song in this movie, not just the movie, but the show in general, is extremely catchy and something that you're definitely not going to be able to get out of your head after you watch it. I mean, I was like jamming out at the end when they were playing in the credits. I was like, yes, they played it, because that's literally the only thing I remember about this show was how awesome the intro is. I knew the intro was awesome. I've watched it before on YouTube. It's an awesome intro. I don't want to get into how awesome it is. You guys can look up the intro of Shaun the Sheep. It truly is an epic intro. It was awesome. So overall, guys, I love this movie. Honestly, I love Shaun the Sheep. I think it was a fantastic movie. It was a very daring movie as well. I would really like to see more anime movies do this. I can't really say too much about it because there's no dialogue and there is no really... There's acting in it, but it's more of just watching the characters do this and watching them go through this rescue mission. And the end of this movie truly was great and actually very emotional, and really had some great emotional moments, and really shows how much of, the flock connects well with their farmer. And I love seeing that, and how much the farmer was like a father to them, which I thought was awesome. And that's basically my review. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys seen this movie. If you have seen it. Overall, guys, I absolutely loved this movie. It's a really cute movie. It's a great movie that I think the whole family can enjoy. Definitely something that I don't think there's anything like bad for kids or anything. And something else I love about the movie is that it doesn't try to throw in modern references. It's modern, but doesn't try to throw in modern references, which is something that I also like. I mean, I'm fine when anime movies do that, but it's not like Home, where they're just constantly playing like modern music, and this actually has a variety of music. That has a variety of stuff that I think parents will enjoy, and things that kids will enjoy, and that's something that I definitely look for in anime movies, and something that I think people my age will enjoy. I think people my age would like this movie. I really enjoy this movie. I think it's a great movie. I highly recommend you guys check it out because I loved it. But that's basically my review. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you guys saw this movie. You have seen. I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be for another movie review. So I will see you guys for that. Okay, bye.